Zach, Jeff, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Good to have you both. We are talking about some Texas real estate, the office market in particular, where although demand has been fairly solid, there's high vacancies. Houston, Dallas, Austin, they top list with highest office vacancies according to Moody's Analytics. About 25% of their office space wasn't leased. Um, and they've been struggling to find tenants, even though workers have been eager to get back to office, and they're not going to hit that hard with the whole remote work trend that some people are complaining about in other cities. Uh, this is an issue of the developers just built too much. All three cities experienced a surge of construction in the 80s. There was another construction spurt in the late 1990s. Um, so this has been an ongoing problem for quite a while. Part of the issue here is that the business environment is so easy in Texas compared to other places that it encourages developers to build. There's also, strong convictions about how well the state's going to do. And even though construction in Texas has slowed since the 80s, new office completions, the share of market still have outpaced the U.S. as a result of that. Most of this problem seems to be in aging office buildings in the suburbs around the three big cities. And those are increasingly out of favor with new workers who want to prefer more modern buildings, walkabout in urban neighborhoods. We talked about the rise in mixed use, but these older buildings are just not getting folks. Your thoughts on the peculiar issue Texas faces?
I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head already and said they just built too much, and a lot of it, in my mind, was to support the growing oil and gas business that, with today's, you know, I guess I don't want to say waning oil and gas industry, but I guess trying to decrease our dependency on oil and gas. There's not as much office that's required. So, you're looking at markets that once were having higher occupancy are now looking at, I think high teens, 20, 25, 26, and some individualized markets, vacancy rates. So, not sure what you do with it other than maybe repurpose the properties.
I don't agree about the repurpose. There was a overbuilt industrial that then everyone was saying it's too much industrial. Let's convert it to multifamily, and we saw what happened. Everyone's taking them office and multifamily and/or building ground up industrial because they don't have enough industrial. This seems to happen in cycles all the time.
Yeah.
Austin is a darling right now in the tech world. So, if they can figure out the work from home, a lot of that Austin office space is going to be, taken back into the businesses. Houston and Dallas, probably not as much. Maybe to Jeff's point, related to oil and gas, I don't know. But I don't think office disappears, and I don't know that I want to repurpose things. I think it's going to go through a renaissance where it's not going to be office or strictly office the way that it has been. I think you're going to get
Right.
experiential office that will have other components to it. Maybe it's retail, maybe it's some level of housing. Um, but I think you need to bring office to the 21st century. Like Web 3.0 and everything like that. Office needs to go through that renaissance, and I think that's where we are now.
Yeah, and I guess clarify, I didn't mean repurpose because somehow office is dying. I meant just repurpose because they just have a overabundance of it. And the other side is, it's markets like these that, that cause everybody to say that office is this dying asset class. It's not. It's just a different market with different characteristics than other markets.